Hey everyone, it's Christine. I'm doing a video, my first YouTube video. I had my gastric bypass March 21st, 2011. I was in at 275 pounds and I am now down to 168 pounds. I know a lot of you have had questions like, did I have breast implants before my surgery where my chest was so large? The answer is no. I've always had quite a large chest. That's why if you look at my videos, you can actually see that the chest size has decreased a lot. But definitely getting a boob job is in the future. I have to wait for a year out because they want you to lose a majority of all your weight before they go in and put in an implant, because you will keep losing weight till you're even a little bit after a year out. I know a lot of you have asked if the surgery hurt. The surgery itself doesn't hurt, but the aftercare, it's a little bit tough. Everybody's body's different, so I don't want to like scare you from doing it. I mean, you have more pain with what you can eat and the foods and stuff than you actually do with the incisions. It's not like it used to be like years ago. They used to like cut you like all the way up your stomach, open you up, and then, you know, staple you back up. It's not like that anymore. It's very simple. They do 5 incisions, little tiny, little baby incisions. And they go in laparoscopically, and that's how they do it, so it's less invasive. And those scars don't really hurt. It's more or less the food. I'm 7 months out, and I still have a really hard time eating meat. I can't do chicken. I can't do steak. I know a few of you have asked if there was any, like, particular food that I miss. I wouldn't say fast food. I wasn't really a fast food junkie person. I more or less liked my steak, mashed potatoes. I would eat any vegetable, but I just didn't know how to control my eating, so I would overeat, which is very common for a lot of obese people. People think because people are fat, they just go out and eat candy, chocolate, you know, chips, donuts, whatever. That's not always the case. In my case, I was 5 feet, 275 pounds, and majority of the food that I ate was good, but I just didn't know how to control my portions, and then my body just kept storing the fat, which was making it really hard for me to lose weight. Also, I have gotten a lot of messages from you guys asking, why would I have the surgery? You know, I didn't look that big, or why would you put yourself through that, and why would you do such a drastic measure? First of all, I was that big. Everybody carries their weight differently. I'm very curvy. Most people carry weight either in their stomach if they're obese, or in their legs, in their butt. I pretty much had it everywhere. But it was more proportionate, so maybe that's why to some of you I didn't look as big as 275 pounds, but I was. And you also can't tell in the picture that I'm only 5 feet tall. So to have 275 pounds on a 5-foot frame, that's not good. Especially with having a 44I chest. So that does a lot of work on your knees, on your joints, and on your heart especially. And those are, you know, especially your heart, you don't see it, you don't feel it, you know, until it becomes a problem later on. So I did my weight loss surgery not for vanity, not to become, you know, skinny and acceptable by people, because I was never insecure with myself, but more or less for my health reasons. And one thing I will say that really irritates me about people that don't understand the surgery, you should really look into it and learn more before you judge people. It's not the easy way out. I've heard it over and over from people, you know, you were big, you know, why didn't you diet? Why didn't you do another weight loss program? You took the easy way out. Having surgery is not an easy way out. It is very hard. You have to teach yourself how to eat and do the things that you couldn't do, you can't do the things that you could do. For instance, in the morning, you know, when I would have breakfast, even if it was a healthy breakfast, it might be an omelet, you know, a cheese omelet with, you know, 2 slices of toast, 2 pieces of bacon, you know, and probably like a couple of hash browns or whatever. Back then, and I would, you know, eat it and eat way too much of it and be fine. Where now I know that I can't eat that much, and I might have like a lot smaller of a portion, but then it makes me sick. I mean, even having like a half a slice of toast and 1 egg is too much food for me, and it makes me sick. That's not the easy way out. That it can be very painful. You can get dumping syndrome. Dumping syndrome is when the food passes through the intestines and it doesn't like it because your body doesn't absorb food like it used to, and it doesn't pass the food like it used to, so you get dumping syndrome. And what that is you can get vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, headaches, dizziness, pain, discomfort, and frothing. And if you don't know what frothing is the way I think about it is, think of a cappuccino and you get the foam on top of the cappuccino. Your intestines makes this really gross, nasty tasting foam that goes into your intestines when you eat something that doesn't agree with. And then it like lubricates itself and it comes up and you have to like spit it out. If you swallow, it's just nasty. So that can last anywhere from like 5 minutes to 3 hours. It's no joke. There has been days when I've gotten up, I've cooked dinner for me and my boyfriend, and I will have a bite of something, and within a second I know that it's not going to agree with me, and I'm in the bathroom and I'm throwing up. Then there's days where I can try the same thing and I have no problem with it. It just really depends. You never know. So it is not the easy way out. I would say the best thing about having the surgery is the energy. You have so much more energy. Being 275 and I have asthma and, breathing problems, I used to walk up a couple of flights of stairs and I could feel the weight like holding me back, like I would be out of breath or my legs would hurt. Any excuse not to exercise because it would just be so uncomfortable. Like I didn't want to walk. I didn't want to go out my apartment door and walk to go get to my car because it was just like a chore to me. Like, oh, I got to move. I don't want to do that. But now, since I've lost the weight, I find that I love to walk. I love to dance. I climb stairs. I don't even like climb the stairs half the time. I walk up hills now. Like I have a parking lot and it has like stairs that go all the way up. And I find myself walking up the hill instead of taking the stairs because it makes me feel better because I'm pushing myself. The energy is incredible. You don't realize sometimes when you're that big how much the weight affects day-to-day things that you do. For instance, I didn't realize that I couldn't cross my legs. I didn't realize that, until one day I, was sitting, I don't even remember where I was sitting, but I was sitting somewhere and I crossed my legs and I was like, oh my God, I crossed my legs. I felt it and I was like, I could do this. I could actually cross them over. That was an awesome, awesome, awesome day. And one day I went out to a restaurant with my boyfriend. It was actually the first time he took me out to dinner after my surgery, and I believe we went to Bugaboo Creek. Yeah, we went to Bugaboo Creek. And I got mashed potatoes because I could eat mashed potatoes at the time. And I was sitting in the booth and I said to him, wow, we're in a really big booth. And he looked at me and he said, no, they're not really big booths. And I was like, well, I have so much room. And he's like, yeah, well, you've lost a lot of weight. And I just never realized, when you lose so much weight, everything feels different. Sitting in a booth before, when I would sit there, my boobs would hit the table. And now, I'm 5-6 inches away from the booth, like normal people. Driving my car, my girlfriends used to laugh at me and call me Rasputia because my boobs would hit the steering wheel, and I could actually beat the horn. Now I can sit in the car and I can drive like a normal person and have a safe distance between me and the steering wheel. Chairs, I hated chairs. I hated any type of chair with arms on it because it would enclose me in and I'd feel like I would get stuck, kind of claustrophobic. I can sit in chairs now. They don't bother me. I don't feel uncomfortable like I'm going to get stuck. It's honestly like a new look on life. You feel like a kid again. You feel like you got back your life. It is absolutely amazing. I'm trying to think of some of the other questions that you guys have asked me. Let me think. Boyfriend. Yeah, boyfriend. I remember that one. Okay. I knew there was something asked me about my boyfriend. You had said to me, one of you had said to me, how has your boyfriend handled your weight loss being so drastic? My boyfriend has been with me for a little bit over 2 years, and he met me, obviously at my heaviest, which was 275, and he supported me the whole way. He's been there from the day I went in the hospital to every single day. He's always encouraging me to, eat the right things and, make sure I'm getting my fluids and my vitamins. He's very, very caring. He has been awesome. So he hasn't really said anything negative about the surgery. The only thing that he does say is that he worries that I can't eat things like I used to be able to, and that worries him a little bit. But other than that, he never says anything negative. He's glad that I did it for me. and he's been really supportive, and I couldn't ask for anything more than that. And then another viewer asked me, sex life, does your sex life change? I guess it depends on the person. I guess some people at being like overweight, they're really uncomfortable with themselves sexually, and they don't want to get undressed in front of their boyfriend or girlfriend, vice versa. I was never like that, so I mean, to me, the sex is still the same, but I would say it's better for me because I can move more, which is great. You know, I can move my body more. My boyfriend's a small guy. He's not a big guy. I mean, he's built, but he's, you know, fairly thin. But I'm not afraid to, you know, do a little work without saying too much. Do a little work now because I'm not going to break him. Because I would always have that in the back of my mind, like, oh my God, I weigh too much, I'm going to break him, blah, blah, whatever. But that's not true. So, I mean, it really depends on the person, you know. I mean, you might be 200 pounds, you might have the surgery and be like, oh my God, you know, I look really good and I want to do this and I want to do that. You feel more comfortable if you were really insecure before. But I would say that mine has, you know, stayed the same, but it's exciting now because I'm not afraid to try new things. Another viewer asked me, what was the worst part of preparing for the surgery? I would have to say the worst part preparing for the surgery was definitely the MyoRelax, the bowel prep. Completely disgusting. It actually made me puke taking it. And if you don't know what the MyoRelax is, it's a laxative that you have to take the night before your surgery. I think it's a night or 2 nights before your surgery. I can't exactly remember. And you have to take the whole bottle in 64 ounces of Gatorade, which I don't even like anyways, and drink it, and you can't have any food. So it basically cleans your body out, and it tastes disgusting, and you were in the bathroom. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I would rather go in for another surgery, be cut open, and be in recovery for another week than to have to do the MyoRelax again. Really nasty. Someone said vitamins. What kind of vitamins do you have to take daily? Well, my vitamins that I have to take daily are a multivitamin with minerals. Then I have to take a B complex, a B12 for energy, vitamin D. I have to take 2 calcium citrates, and biotin for your hair. Your hair gets really, really thin. You lose it. That's why I have this haircut. If you notice, it's, you know, it's kind of choppy, and I made it kind of funky because I really hated losing my hair. If you look, it's really short through here. Your hair, it's because you lose all that protein from the food that you can't eat anymore. So your hair gets really weak and it breaks and it falls out. This happens to a lot of people. But don't worry, you can take biotin, and I've been taking biotin, which is a hair, nail, and skin vitamin, which has made my hair already so much better. Surgery. If I would do the surgery again, absolutely, yes, 100% without a doubt. I wouldn't even have to think about it. I would definitely do the surgery. And then someone asked me about, you know, post-op surgery. Would I do post-op surgery? Yes. I want to do surgery. I want to get my tummy tucked. I want to have the skin off my arms. I don't really like this. I don't think it's attractive. I want to have that removed. And I want to have breast implants because your skin gets like a little loose. So I want to get that done too, just to, you know, fill them up a little bit more, because right now I am at a 38G and I was a 44I, so that's a drastic change in my breast size, and I want them to fill out more, but the doctor said I have to wait a year. I don't know, that's pretty much all I can think of right now offhand for my first video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at c.rader978@yahoo.com. My info is actually on my YouTube channel. If you read the info, it tells you how to contact me. And I hope you guys are all well, and thank you so much for all your continued support, and I will be talking to you soon. Thanks. Bye.